What's going on, guys? It is Cody Wynn, and I want to talk today about a phrase I say almost every single day of my life. There's actually a little board thingy behind me, and I have it, and it's a poster in our house, and it says this as well. And it's a phrase that I use, that I remind people of every single day, because I think it's really easy, especially in our American Christianity world, to lose sight of this. And that phrase is, Jesus is still on the throne. And wow, does that sound simple and not very powerful. But I want to explain why it is and why it means so much to me in my life. So when we look at Scripture, one of the most beautiful things is from Genesis 3 all the way until Revelation, we have nothing but complete, total chaos. In Genesis, Adam and Eve ended up destroying, ruining this contract, this covenant that we made with God. And the entire rest of the Bible is God, sending his son Jesus to reconcile us back to the Father. And that's the entire goal of our Christianity, is to be reconciled back to the Father. And we don't have any sort of stability, consistency, or anything like that. If you look in any of the Old Testament, it is constantly, we have a good moment for a second, then we ruin it. Good moment for a second, then we ruin it. And talking about Israel, obviously. And then Jesus finally comes back and puts his foot down and lays his life down for us, and shares about this future hope that we have for heaven forever. Right now we're in this kind of middle heaven on earth area, but we're going to have heaven forever one day. And the beauty that's in that is right now we have a little taste of what's to come with Jesus being on the throne forever, ruling in our lives forever, in perfect peace, unity, love forever. And obviously Jesus is already on the throne, seated on the throne. But the reason that I always talk about this is because I find that when I'm looking at the other Christians in my life on a day-to-day basis, they get so consumed, and I've fallen short of this as well, for sure. Fallen short of getting so consumed with all of the stuff that life is bringing to them, that rent's due in a couple days, and I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm supposed to have something prepared for Sunday for when I'm teaching, and then oh my gosh, and now we just got a flat tire, and now my brother's angry, and it's like all of this constant stuff. And what it does is it gets our eyes off of Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy set before him endured the cross, despised the shame, and sat down at the right hand of God. Consider him who endured such hostility against himself by sinners, lest you grow weary. Jesus is where we're supposed to have our eyes fixed, yet we choose to have our eyes fixed on our circumstances all of the time. And when we're looking at all the stuff that's going on, we're not looking at Jesus. And when we're looking at the stuff, we're letting the stuff determine who we are and how we are, and if our joy is made complete or not. But yet Jesus tells us that our joy is made complete in him, in obedience to him. So if we're focusing on the stuff rather than Jesus, then no wonder we're only doing as good as our circumstances are going in that moment. Jesus tells us to consider him, as in Jesus, who endured such hostility against himself by sinners, so that you don't grow weary. My question is, have you ever grown weary in your Christian walk, right? You, me, and everybody else. It's a reality that we've all grown weary before, but we don't have to live in a state like that, because if we're so fixated on ourselves, we're always going to grow weary, because again, life isn't about us. It's exhausting thinking and focusing on me all the time. But when my eyes are fixed on Jesus, I can't grow weary, because just as Hebrews 12 says, I am keeping my eyes fixed on Jesus and considering him who endured such hostility against himself by sinners, so that I don't grow weary. Because when we look at our life and what we've gone through and experienced in context of what Jesus has gone through and what he's experienced unfairly, unjustly, put to death for the things that you and I did wrong, it makes our perspective on life a whole lot different. We start looking at life as a joy all of the time, rather than let every little bummer circumstance ruin our day. I have friends that will get in bumper to bumper traffic, somebody will cut them off in traffic or something, and it literally ruins their day. And it's like something so menial. Like, aren't you thankful that God's given you a car, right? Like, just earlier today, I was in the kitchen with my wife, and I said, hey, what's this turkey in here? And she said, it's mine. I was like, oh, okay. So I just minded my own business. I made myself some pizza, and then I went all of my life my vegan pizza. And she came back and she said, I worded that really poorly. She's like, I got it because I was planning on eating it, but if you wanted some, you can have it. And I was like, well, I already made the pizza now. It's totally fine though. And I said, to be honest with you, I'm just so thankful that I have some sort of food to eat. You know, like when you have that kind of perspective, like I could have let that ruin my day. I could have had a snappy attitude towards my wife and been miserable for the rest of the day. Who does she think she is? I'm the breadwinner of the house, I'm provider, and I've worked so hard for her to even have that turkey. And you can go to the store when you're going out to have your little fun date day for the rest of the day, and you can go get more turkey while I'm sitting here slaving away working for you to have more turkey. You know, I could have gone like, and that's what a lot of people do. Or I could have just said, you know what? Awesome. God, I'm so thankful you've given me so much food. You've blessed me with a fridge full of stuff other than turkey that I'm equally as able to eat. And God, I just thank you that you would even bless me enough to give me a refrigerator to hold the food and finances and a job that I love to death to be able to do what I'm doing, to be able to... You see what I mean? Like, it's perspective. It's how you want to view what you're going through. If you want to view it as hell, it's going to be hell on earth for you. Hell is oftentimes a perspective that you can live in today, Matthew 23 says, not just a place that you can go and spend eternity at. So I encourage you, don't grow weary. Don't let life circumstances get in your way and stuff determine who you are and how you are, because that is an exhausting and emotional roller coaster type of way to live. Hey, if you would, subscribe, like the video. I don't care. It doesn't mean anything to me, but it literally helps promote the gospel. It's your way of preaching the gospel to people for free because the algorithm just pushes it to more people. So it'd mean a lot to me. I appreciate you all, and I'll chat with you guys in the next one.